Hey, what's going on, everybody? I wanted to play Shadow of Destiny a bit here today. It's a pretty interesting game. I've seen it like a million times in the store when I was younger, but I never picked it up. And it's a lot like Shenmue if you like Shenmue. So I'm gonna get into the game a bit. I'm gonna let the cutscenes play out. I'm not gonna talk over them. But once it gets into the gameplay and that stuff, I'll talk a little bit more, and then I'll give you the settings at the end because the emulator settings are a little wonky. But yeah, let's get into it.
What the? What's going on? What on earth could have happened? Am I dead?
Bingo.
Who's there?
How does it feel to be dead?
Damn it, who is this? Are you making fun of me?
Not at all. I beg your pardon if I've offended you. You are strongly fated today. You see, you are destined to die.
What?
But if you have the will to somehow reverse that fate by yourself, I can lend you some measure of strength. How about it? Will you deal with me?
Thanks, but no thanks. Sounds too good to be true.
Why? Can't you trust me?
Of course not. I get it. You're the big S, the devil. In exchange for your immortal soul and all that, am I right?
Your soul? Oh, please. In this day and age? If I do have an agenda, it's that you survive.
Let me think it over a bit.
Of course. Go ahead. But don't keep me waiting too long. I don't much like to be left hanging. Well, what reason is there to procrastinate? You either just die here and now, or you prevent it. It's that simple. What have you got to lose?
All right. I'm sorry I called you the devil. I don't want to die yet. Please, help me.
All right, but I want you to be aware of something. You have to understand that the destiny that awaits you is a potent one, which means that just because you've managed to avoid death once, doesn't mean you're free of the threat. Unless you tear out its very root, destiny can't be cheated.
So, coming back to life isn't the hard part, huh? Man, but that can't be helped.
You're right. But that's also where your own strengths come into play. Are you ready? I'm going to give you some of my time-shifting powers. I'm going to give you this digipad. Please use it well. But it's not as though you can use it anywhere or anytime you want. This will respond to phenomena that have some relevance to you as its user. As soon as it begins to respond, it's usable, and you can select the digipad by pushing on the square button. After that, you specify the destination time and enter the X button to be sent to that time. All right? You can't solve the real problem by just using it when you're about to die. It's better to make use of it to remove the underlying cause of your death. Oh, and one more thing.
Something else?
Yes, and it's very important. If the response begins in the time-space you've traveled out to, please come back immediately. Other people and objects can be just left in another time and stay intact. But that isn't true for you as the user. If it starts to respond, you need to come back quickly, or you won't be able to get back at all. Just be careful of that. It looks like time is something even more serious than I know. Good luck.
Sir, please wake up. Are you all right? Do you feel sick or something? Sir?
Huh? Huh? Oh, sorry. I fell asleep. Dana. Dana, that'll do.
Okay.
I, I'll just leave what I owe for the coffee here. Hmm. 2 o'clock. I still can't believe what just happened. But since I have this digipad here, I guess it really did happen.
Okay, so getting into the gameplay here. So it's pretty simple gameplay. So like you'll go up and you'll talk to somebody. They'll probably tell you off at first. Then you'll see the time passed there. And so pretty much in the first part of the game, like your death is set for 2:30. So you kind of have to figure out what you need to do by 2:30, and you go around, talk to people, try to trigger cutscene events by kind of walking down the street sometimes. And then you'll see the green dots here. That's your ability to kind of go back in time and return. And so yeah, so you only have a limited amount of those options, and then you can also pick up little glowing things on the ground that'll restore that as well. You'll be able to open up your inventory here, This is the time traveling device. So right now we can only end the game. And then you can cell phone, a map of the town. You have a notebook, so it'll kind of tell you what you need to do if you ever get lost. At least give you a vague description. And then you can also open the map with the triangle or Y button there too. So yeah, so I'll get into it more here and I'll trigger another cutscene. And there's the glowing thing for an extra time charge.
Fortune's told. Well, I never noticed this place before.
Welcome. I've been expecting you.
Actually, I just happened to stop by, and I was wondering if you could tell me my fortune. Am I going to die soon?
For you, I will do it for free.
Thanks. I really need this. Please, don't just give me the usual niceties. This is very serious for me.
Don't worry.
So,
The fated hour is 2:30.
what?
Whatever I foresee, you can change. If you take no action, the fate I see will befall you for certain. But I seem to see in you the strength to defy fate itself.
The power to defy fate?
If, for instance, and this is only an example, your fate is to be stabbed while taking a walk after you leave this place, and this would happen if you are alone at the fated hour. But if you know what awaits you, you would find people to be with, so that you would not be by yourself, unprotected.
But then what?
If you are among others at the fated hour, the assassin must give up his quarry, and fate would have been defied. But a single change will affect all else that follows it. How it changes, no one can tell. There are too many threads, too many tangles. I cannot help you with what lies so far ahead. And your actions could bring even greater danger. But if fate can be changed, you should fight as hard as you can. If you can return here after the appointed hour has passed, then I will tell you the next fortune.
All right. I think I can trust you.
Alright, cool. So pretty much when you see your pocket glowing there, that's an indication that you need to go back in time. So we can actually go out here. We're going to grab that charge there, or energy unit. Then we're going to open up our menu, go to our time traveling device, and then you'll see we can switch between the two. So then it'll also give you a little hint there too. You go back to the past, maybe you can gather a group of people. So we're going to go back to the past there. It's going to use up a charge. And there we go. So pretty much now we're in the past at 133. Yeah, 133. 204 is the present where we originally are. And then pretty much you just go up and you talk to people. They'll give you a little hint or something
Excuse me,
like that.
Have you seen a man walking around here?
And then that adds some additional time there. So you just go up to people, talk to them. I'm actually just going to blow through this one because I've already done it quite a bit. So you're gonna go up here, talk to this woman.
You want me to come to the square at 2:30? What's going to happen in the square? A performer, maybe? Well, all right. I don't have anything else to do anyway.
Yeah. So she'll be in the square at 2:30, and then talk to this girl again and see what she has to say.
Have you seen my mother? Okay, guess I'll go to the square.
Everybody's like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. So yeah, so I pretty much just go around and then find this guy here too. You know, like I don't even know why they had these guys in here, since they didn't seem like
Wandering around here.
they didn't seem too necessary to this next part of the story. Talk to her.
Have you seen my girl? Ooh, at the square. Oh, thank you. I'll go find her there.
Yeah, the voice acting's a bit goofy too, so that reminds me of Shenmue also, but it's pretty cool. It's a good game. And then, so let's see, we got those two there. They're going to be at the square, and then there we go. So you'll see the pocket glowing there again, which means you can return to the present. So we're going to return to the present there. Alright, and then we should be good to go back to the square, which is right here. So yeah, so there's the entertainer there. We're just going to walk right up in there. They should trigger the cutscene.
Hey, now here's a guy with no worries. There was someone behind me. Oh, but it looks like the crowd scared him off. Oh, that fortune teller, she told me to come back. I should go look her up again.
So yeah, pretty simple. I'm assuming no, because I already did it. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole game. You're gonna go around talking to people. They're gonna give you hints and figure out what to do. You can also use the items in your inventory on the people, so you kind of walk up to them, hit your inventory, and then select the item.
Did my fate change? Did anything happen?
You have been defying fate, haven't you? I am beginning to see a new thread. But, you are still in danger. 3 o'clock is now the fated hour.
What? You mean I still haven't gotten to the root of the problem?
If you can return here, even after the appointed hour has passed, then I will tell for you the next fortune.
So yeah. So pretty much another hint too is to talk to people multiple times. Sometimes they'll give you like a vague hint at the first time you talk to them, and then they'll give you a better hint after that. So yeah, so that's pretty much the whole game, and we will get into the settings here. Okay, so getting into the settings here, it's pretty simple. There's only really one setting we're going to be ticking on here, so let's open up our graphics settings, and we're going to move over into the settings there. And then display, everything's pretty normal there. I do have the pixels cropped off just a little bit because sometimes you get those weird colored lines on the sides and bottom. Then under rendering tab, make sure you tick on a GPU palette conversion, because that seems to make the thing hold stable at 30. Manual, you really don't even have to have on. I don't think there's anything else really. I tried bumping it up just a little bit on the internal resolution, 2.25, but you're gonna get a slight stutter of frames, but if you can handle it, I think it's a better resolution to go with. hardware fixes across the board, normal. Upscaling fixes. Oh yeah, half pixel offset I set to special. Texture replacement, nothing going on there. Post-processing, FXAA is on. Shade boost, slightly up the brightness and the saturation. And everything else should be normal. Yep, everything else is normal. And emulation settings are also cycle rate set normal, 100%, disabled. So yeah, so hope that helps you guys out here. I can even show you kind of what happens here if you go to one of the more intense scenes where the place is pretty much on fire. So this was probably one of the harder scenes to actually get running. So you'll see if you spin the camera, a little bit of dip there, but it comes back to normal, and there's really no stutter in between it. But if you go back to the settings here, go back to graphics, and you turn it off, the GPU palette conversion, you'll see here it's just kind of, yeah, check that out. So pretty much make sure you have that GPU palette conversion on, or else you're going to get that massive stuttering happening. Go back to our settings, turn the GPU palette conversion on, and go back, and give it a spin. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to re-update too, and even I had one time where I just really needed to reset the entire device. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, you can also turn off, let me see if it works there on Power Tools. You can also turn off the SMT if you have Power Tools installed, and that should get you pretty much, yeah, there you go. So yeah, so if you have Power Tools or not, either or, just make sure you turn on that GPU palette conversion and it should run pretty well. So I'm on chapter 4 or 5 now, and I've had no other issues. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoy the game, and see you later.